The Surge 2. This game has a parry, so it makes it into parry review. So what does the first game get wrong? It doesn't have a parry. What does the second game get absolutely right? It has a parry. So let's get into it. How do you parry in this game? Well, you hold the block button, and an enemy can attack in any of 4 directions, just like a compass: north, south, east, and west. So you hold the block button, which is originally the left button, or the left bumper as some people call it, and then you input on the right stick up, down, left, or right, depending on which direction the attack is coming, and you also have to time it. You also have to time when the attack lands, that's when you press the direction. So you hold the block button and you press the right stick in any given direction. That's how you parry. And you have to time it. Now, it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail at parrying, pressing the block button, and then you input a direction with the right stick, it consumes stamina. So here I'm holding the block button, and I go right, left, up, down, and it all consumes stamina. See my stamina bar draining. Now we're back at the boss fight. A mistake I made for this boss fight is that just before this boss fight on the floor, there's a thing you can grab, an item, and when you equip this item, it lets you know which direction the enemies are gonna attack you in. And you find this item just before this boss fight right here with this guy. So once you pick up that item, you go into the medical thing, you press select button, and then right here you go, it's called that's it, that's the thing. That's the thing you want. It's an enhancement or something, I don't know what it is, but it's gonna tell you which direction they're gonna be attacking in. So mostly all you have to worry about is timing your parries. Now, let's not get confused here. It's still kind of, because the enemies do kind of throw you off with their animations, so it's not like super easy to tell when exactly to parry. I mean, it generally is, but you will encounter some enemies it's like confusing to know when to time it, unless you know all of their animations. But this enhancement thing, you know, helps you worry less about the direction and focus more on just parrying, the timing of the parry. Here's another thing. Sometimes enemy do like charge attacks, like not charge, like running attacks where they run at you and they attack. And what you want to do is just parry north, parry up, press the right stick up, because that attack is kind of confusing in the sense that it has no direction. It's not north, south, east, or west. It's like a stabbing attack, and you parry those by pressing up on the right stick. Another thing is that you want to keep your combos short, because things are committal in this game. You can't like interrupt, right? You can't block cancel out of your combos and then safely go into blocking or parrying. So that's where you're gonna see me here a lot, do like the single punch attack. I'm using the starter weapon you get at the beginning of the game. And you're gonna see me a lot do like the single punch thing, because I don't want to be caught with my pants down and not be able to parry. I want to parry, that's what I'm all about. I love parrying. So even though this game is fun and it's good and it has a cool concept with the whole directional parry thing, I don't love it. I can recognize that it's a good game though, and I might keep playing it a little bit, but personally I don't love this style of. One good thing though is that if you parry one enemy and then there's 2 enemies in front of you, right, all you gotta do is parry one, and you're gonna deal the bonus damage from the counterattack to both enemies if your hitbox happens to connect with 2 enemies at once. So that's cool, but generally when you're fighting multiple enemies, you're gonna find yourself dodging a lot. You're gonna have to dodge a lot. There is no perfect dodge. There's no perfect dodge. There's like a jump button that isn't really for like doing parkour or anything. It's for like jumping over attacks that come from the south and are kind of like spinning attacks. See how I'm kind of like complicating myself with spinning attacks that come from the south. That's the problem with the directional element of the parries in this game. If you want to implement a parry in your game, Just make it like a timing thing, like in Sekiro or Lies of P. Just do that. The direction thing, it's creative and it's novel and it's new, but it's really nothing. It's not a game changer. It's you just go like, wow. It's no big deal. It's nothing special. And I'd rather have a game where the parry timing is stricter, but you get a greater reward, like you deal more damage or like you get health back or something, than have to put up with like this directional thing. I don't know. But yeah, when you're fighting mobs, you're gonna find yourself like dodging really and like parrying every once in a while, but mostly dodging. And right, the more you attack, the more you expose yourself, so you're gonna have to implement strategies of like, I attack you once and then I go back to being like extremely defensive. It's like, dude, just let me block cancel out of my combos, and then we're cooking. And then we're cooking. Why not just let me block cancel? Jesus. I don't know where the developers' heads are at, man. I don't know what they're thinking. Well, at least this game has a parry. So on the parry metric, 6 out of 10. And on the fun and enjoyment scale, 6 out of 10 too. Because I'm feeling generous. 6 out of 10. So, 6 out of 10 on the total score for this game. So thanks for watching. Take care and enjoy.